I don't know how much I've poured. Has any come out? Oh my goodness. This is going to be even harder than what I thought. I'm not going to be able to remember where I've poured. I can feel resin in there. Please tell me it's going in. That's what she said. Right, we are back with another resin art experiment. This is probably one of the stupidest, and it could possibly turn out to be one of the funniest videos I've ever made. So this is just weird. I've never done this before, and I really don't know if this is going to work. So the idea is, okay, I've been using this mold for quite some time. I've been using resin and alcohol inks for quite some time. I should really know my way around this mold by now, but can I do it without being able to see what I'm doing? So the idea is, I get my epoxy measured. I'm going to have to be able to watch this part in 2 separate cups. Everything's going to be inside a box. I'm going to have to somehow, I don't know, add a light in there and a second camera to film what I'm doing with my hands. Oh, it's going to be a lot of fiddly stuff that I need to get prepped. Everything's going to be inside a box. My alcohol inks, my measured resin, I'm going to have to mix those. I'm going to have to pour it into my Caversham mold, and then I'm going to have to drip my alcohol inks without being able to see anything. So what I actually have attached to my desk alongside the camera arm that I'm currently filming on is this one has a ring light. So I need a big enough box that I can potentially put a hole in the side of the box. I can have my secondary camera aiming down. I'm not sure how, it's the focus I'm worried about, and that has a light built in. So this should work if I can get this somehow inside the box, aiming down at my hands. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to get everything on camera. It is going to have to be a deep box. Okay, so this is the biggest box that I've got. I've had to tape up the sides of the lid that you'd fold in normally. So that is going to have to go upside down over my work area. Now what I think I'm going to have to do is cut open the base, set everything up, lock my focus on my recording inside camera so I know that I'm safe, because what I don't want to do is not lock my focus and then everything, the whole video be ruined. I'd rather be able to see the focus being locked, close down these sides, tape it up again so there's no kind of, I can't see through the box, and I'm going to have to cut in some holes just for my hands. Now you are going to have to take my word for it. I mean, you're going to see from the way this goes, it's probably going to be quite messy. I'm not going to be able to see anything. Okay, so I've had to cut a slit in the side of the box to lower the camera arm down, but I can still fold all this inwards and close it up. So now I just need to cut in some hand holes. This is crazy. Right, I'm hoping they just fit into the workspace. Now, obviously I can see gaps through here. I'm gonna have to cover up the outside. But once I close the lid, after I've locked the focus on my box cam, I'm sure I should be able to get to everything without not being able to reach. We'll find out. Can I get my hands out? Yes. Just to show you from the outside, once I've got my hands in the holes and sitting up, I mean, I'm not going to be able to see anything anyway, so I don't need to cheat. It's going to take the fun away from it if I can see. Get out. Look, good brand placement there, Resin Rockers. Okay, so I have put inside the box everything I think I'm going to need. I've got my mould, of course. I've got a stick for when it comes to stirring. Obviously, I'm not going to sit there with my hands in the box for an hour waiting for stir time. And I've got just a few alcohol inks. I've got a purple, red, yellow, yellow, green, and blue, and my Sinker white. So all I need to do now is mix up my epoxy. Well, not mix up my epoxy yet, Daniel. I'm just going to measure it out into 2 pots, set up my camera, and then close the lid. Okay, my brain is hurting from all the thinking about getting everything set up. So I've synced, both phones are recording at the same time, so it's easier for me to stitch the audio and the video clips all together. So all I need to do now is just close down everything and tape it up. I'm running out of workspace. Hopefully this works. That'll do, there's no gaps. Okay, in we go. I'm gonna have to hold something up so I know, because I paused the phone that's outside the box. I put a stirring stick in there. I don't know where. That's my toothpick. Where did I put there it is. Oh my goodness. Right. I'm holding up the stirring stick. That's my sync point, so I can synchronize. There's my mold. This isn't going to be as easy as I thought, guys. Okay, I'm going to rest the stirring stick on there. Where's the other one? There it is. Okay, so I need to, this is the bit I'm really worried about, because I put quite a bit of resin in each cup, 15ml in each cup. Obviously, guys, you need to mix your resin thoroughly, and it needs to be streak free. And this is the bit I'm worried about, because if I don't mix this properly, it might not cure. I'm worried about mess. Where can I put this so it's not in the way? Over here, just put it in the corner. Right, stick. Where did I put it? There it is, right, okay. And bubbles. I'm worried about bubbles. Right, can you actually see properly? I'm really worried about this. Because if you can't see, I think this is possibly the bit I'm worried about most. And I think pouring enough resin into each of the cavities is going to be very, very tricky. I really am going to have to feel around to see what I'm doing. So I am just going to probably fast forward this part, but you'll see what I'm doing anyway. But I need to right, I'm going to look at my phone, look at how long it's been recording for, and then I've got a rough idea of how long I've been mixing. I just don't want it spilling over the sides again. I know I've put quite a bit in there. It's going to be very close to the top, because the maximum for these stirring cups, these mixing cups, is 30ml. What I don't want to feel is my fingers slipping on this outer rim. Okay, I'm going to speed bits up, but I'm keeping the outside camera there. I mean, it would be impossible for me to get my head down there to be able to see. Because my eyes are above the outside box. I can feel something. It feels like resin has come over the edge. which is not what I want. I forgot to put a piece of tissue in there, but the trouble is it's probably going to end up over the top of the resin in the mould. I'm making a massive mess. Oh dear. As always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks, and to all my subscribers. It is free to subscribe, hit that button. I don't think we've been stirring long enough. And I know the outside camera's at 3 minutes something, but I can really feel resin on the outside of the cup, which means it's going to be really sticky. Well, I'm going to upload it, even if it's gone horribly wrong, because it's just a bit of fun, guys, isn't it? That's all it is. Oh, it's really annoying that I can't see. I can't see whether we're streak free or not. Right, so we've definitely gone past 3 minutes. I'm really worried about there being like the resin on the rim. I'm worried that that could be like mostly part A or part B, so when I pour it, it's going to be an issue with curing and bubbles. Worried about bubbles now. Okay, I think I can get away. I mean, resin has got a 40-minute work time, hasn't it? So I know I've got enough time to just keep stirring and make sure that this is streak free. If I go a little bit longer than 4 minutes. I also didn't check my storage amount on my box phone. I just hope I don't run out of storage. My arms are really starting to hurt on the edge of the box cutouts. I'm definitely going to have some marks. Right, I think one more. I can feel it sticky. Oh dear. Let's show my hands. Is there much there? I don't know. I'm not sure whether the focus is locked on the mould. So some things may have gone out of focus. I'm just realising that. I locked my focus, but some parts are probably going to go out of focus. There's nothing I can do about that. Maybe I should have kept the focus unlocked. I'm overthinking now, guys. Right, I think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to stop there. Just try and get as much of this resin off my stick as possible, because I haven't got any tissue in there to wipe it off. Oh, can I get away with scraping it on the edge? Now I'm worried that there could be part A or part B where I've scraped it off the cup. I didn't scrape it during the stirring process. Oh my brain, I just don't want it to fail. I just give it another stir for 30 seconds. Don't try this at home. You could end up wasting quite a bit of material. Right, I'm gonna do it. I think these were clean gloves before I put them in there. Right, where can I put this? What did I put over in that corner? The other cup. So that can go over there somewhere. I'm not going to need that again. I can feel it on my gloves. I need to somehow wipe it on the inside of the box. I could get a bit of tissue quickly, but I think I want to keep it so that once I've started recording, I don't really want my hands to exit the box until after we've added the alcohol inks. Just because I don't want people to think that I've peeked through the hole, even though I've got the outside box cam. I'm just wiping any sticky stuff on the inside. I just don't like mess. I've just touched the inside camera. Hold on, right. Okay, where's my mould? Here. Where's the resin? Here. Right, I should know this mould. These are the ovals. So I'm going to start. What one do I start on? If I start on this one, then if anyone's down, it's going to go into the other one. I don't know how much I've poured. Has any come out? Oh my goodness. This is going to be even harder than what I thought. Where's the hearts? The big hearts. They're normally over here. That's them. I feel like I've either poured too much or not enough at all. Or has it even gone in there? See, part of me wants to put my finger in there. I mean, normally with 30 ml of mixed epoxy, I can normally do both ovals, both hearts, and have a little bit left. And it feels like I've got nothing left. I'm not going to be able to remember where I've poured. I can feel resin in there. Okay, so this must mean it's the big round ones. Whatever I've got left is going in there. I really don't know. I really don't know how much I've poured, but I know roughly this area, and something there. I think that's that. I can put that over there now. I've got resin on my fingers again, but now it's time for the alcohol inks. And to make this easier, so that I know I'm not putting the same colour in twice. I don't even know what colour this is. I know what colours I put in there, but I don't know what I've grabbed. Now, do I just randomly drop ink everywhere? If I can feel for the outside of the mould, there, I've got a rough idea, I think. I don't know if it's coming out. Oh my goodness, I've got visions of this going absolutely everywhere but in the cavities. Right, I think I'm done with that colour. Where can I put it? Just lay it down here. What's this? Oh my goodness. Please tell me it's going in. That's what she said. Behave. Has it gone in? Am I even in the right place? I could end up with just plain resin. I could end up with way too much as well. Way too much resin in the resin. But way too much resin in the resin. Oh, way too much alcohol ink in the resin. But the good thing is with alcohol inks is that the alcohol does evaporate. What have I got left? still got two colours. These are going to muddy. Okay. Let's put that one down. Let's not hold two at the same time. Okay, I'm just hopefully putting in less of whatever colour that was. And then this one. Sorry, my bangle's hitting the side of the box. That must be quite annoying. Have I got the one that's... Oh, I don't know. Right, now for the sinker. Let's give that a shake. Now my watch is catching on the inside of the box. Okay, right now. I don't know where I am. Let's just do this. Where's the hearts? Right. So that's roughly the middle of the mould. I think the hearts are around here. I don't know. I think that's enough. I'm going to have to leave it. I am going to have to just stop there. Now I'm wondering, was the nozzle on the sinker white clear? Did it actually come out? I don't know, but my wrists are starting to hurt. You can see those marks from the box. Okay, now I have to wait an hour. I'm not going to look because that will ruin the experiment. I have the stirring stick in there for the hour mark. I'm just going to have to just not peek through the holes. Right, I'll see you in an hour. Come out. How bad are my hands? Oh, they're not that bad, to be fair. I was expecting them to be absolutely covered. Right, see you in an hour. Oh, how am I going to stop the camera that's inside? I didn't think of that part. What if I run out of storage? But if I try and stop it with my hands now, I've got, well, I can take those off, but I need to restart the camera and I'm not going to be able to see. What do I do? What do I do? I don't think I've got any other option. I might have to bring it forward so we're not waiting an hour. But then what if I run out of storage? I should have checked my storage before I put it in there. Ooh, what do I do? I'm going to have to keep it rolling and just risk it. Just to remove any temptation, or if I just move or get up, I really don't want to be seeing anything out the corner of my eye. I want the whole thing to be a surprise to me at the end. Right, so it has only been 40 minutes, but again, I'm worried about the recording time. So the plan is I'm going to go in, find my stirring stick, stir them if I can, and then what I'm going to have to do is retrieve my phone. And I don't want to watch any of the content back. That's the trouble. I'm going to have to somehow, I'm hoping just by pressing the power button, it will stop the recording and save it to my gallery. But I've just got to make sure I don't look in my gallery until tomorrow, because I don't want to see these until they're fully cured. So, hello Boxcam, if you're still recording. Where is my stirring stick? I remember it being somewhere around here. There you are. Okay. Mould is here. This is going to be really tricky. Where's the ovals? They should be somewhere around here. Oh. Right, so I just poke and hope. Poke and hope. That's a new one. Right, I'm thinking here, how am I gonna know? I should feel some resistance, but I don't want to go too far into the resin. It doesn't feel like there's anything there. Am I even in the mould? Yes. That's not a good sign. I can feel some sticky resin on the side of the mould. They've got to be around here somewhere. That feels like resin. Doesn't feel like a lot of resin. But is that the left or the right oval? I'm presuming it's... Am I just stirring thin air? Doesn't feel like there's any resin in there. Okay, I'm gonna have to try and find the edges of the ovals. This is a lot harder than what I thought. Is that them? Right, I think this must be them. And this is the middle between the two. Right. It doesn't feel like there's any resin in there whatsoever. So where's it all gone? Oh my goodness. Doesn't feel like there's anything in there. The hearts. That feels empty. Where's it all gone then? Where's the resin? Okay, I'm starting to worry. I'm gonna have to find wherever I poured it and just randomly stir. It hasn't, surely it hasn't gone all over. Is there resin in there? The cup felt empty. Oh dear, where's it all gone? Where's the resin? I really want to look. That feels empty. That should be the hearts. Oh dear. Or is it just that I'm used to coming back in an hour and the resin being thicker? Okay, I'm gonna have to clean my hands and then retrieve my phone because I do not want all this sticky. I can feel it all over my gloves. Do not want that on my phone. So hands out. Well, the good thing is I can see some colour. Can see some red there. But is that is that from one of the pieces, or is that just on the side of the mould? I don't know. All I know is I want to get that phone out and go home. So, can I reach it? I don't want to drop it onto my work. Right, power button. There. Do not drop it. I've got it, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it, I've got it. What are you like, Dan? Right. I'm turning this off so I don't accidentally see any of the pieces. See you tomorrow. The good thing is the phone, I've just put my case back on, the phone is hot. So that's good because that tells me it has recorded. everything. Right, I didn't think about this part either. I have to get the phone back in the box to try and demold the parts. So I'm gonna have to, I really hope this works, because if I accidentally push a button, then the whole demold side of it is going to go wrong. So I've already got my camera on, so I'm hoping I can press record and it stays in the correct orientation, because if I move the phone like that, it's going to go into portrait mode and not landscape mode. Oh, I could just lift the box up and reveal together, but I kind of want to do it this way. Or do I open the box and only look from an angle? Let me think. No, I'm going to risk it. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to hit record, because I think I can tilt my camera arm inside just to make sure. Or if it all fails, you'll see me failing it anyway, and we'll just do the lift off the box reveal. So we are going in. I think the trouble is I don't want to touch the screen. I didn't think about this part, guys. Right, okay. This is not going to be easy at all. I can't even get it through the hole. Right, I'm gonna have to go back to lifting just one flap from the top. I can't get my hands out now. That was a fail. I should have realised, because it was quite tricky to get the phone out. Right, let's stop. Okay, so I'm going to have to just lift. I can't see from this angle. Sorry, I can't get my other camera arm up that high. I'm just gonna get the camera set up. I'm not going to look. You're gonna have to trust me on this. Okay, I have to admit, I kind of saw the alcohol ink bottles when I hit the record button, because I had to be able to see the screen to hit the record button again, but I didn't look at the mold. Right, yeah, I saw these. But have we actually got anything to demold? Ah, see, that feels... That definitely is not right. This one, this heart here, actually feels like there's only maybe 1 millimeter from the top of the mold. So I'm hoping that one is okay. Now down here, I can feel one big piece of resin. So I think I'm gonna need to do some trimming up. Let's start with, what is this? I mean, can you even see it? I didn't lock focus or anything, I just hit record. What is that? It's very thin. Very, very thin. We'll put that to one side. Let's check the other heart. These could just be clear resin, for all I know. Do you know how hard it was, guys, last night to not look in my phone gallery? It was so hard. I had to turn the phone back on because it's my work phone, so I get certain notifications on that phone, but I was really good. I didn't look. The heart shape is there. I can feel it. It's a bit shallower than what I'd like, but I'm doing this without being able to see. Did we get anything? We'll have another good look when I can actually see for myself. Did we get anything in the round one? Again, it's shallow. It's very thin. Did we actually get anything? I'm definitely going to try this again at some point. Definitely 100%. I think this could be like a regular thing on the channel. Oh, what's that? I poured some resin in there. I'm not going to be able to see or feel all of the... There's something else in there. But hopefully I can do something with these. But this lump of resin here, these two ovals are joined together. I'm going to have to take them out together. But at least I know they're full. Oh, I just hope there's some colour in there. I really do. So what I'm going to do now is just feel around for anything else. What's that? That's the stirring stick. I thought that was more resin then. I don't think there's anything else. What's this? Yeah, as always, guys, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed, hit that button for me. Again, another overspill. Right, okay. Let's get this box out of the way. That's the inks. Right, how am I going to do this? I'm going to have to stop the other phone so I can get the... I'm going to have to lift up the camera arm. I'm gonna, when I do this again, definitely look into an easier way of doing this, because this is very, very fiddly. Okay, I should be able to get this out of the way now, completely. What have we got? I can see something. I can see a lot of mess. Actually, look at that. That is incredible. I've never seen anything like it. Okay, I've got some trimming up to do, but we've even got incredible spores in the overspill. Look at the way that's scattered out. So I could always cut that out and use it in something else. That's incredible. But look at that. Considering I couldn't see anything at all, this one is very, very translucent. But with a black background maybe. But that's stunning. See, that's the thing. I'd never be able to do that again. Ever. Again, with a black background on that one. I think because I probably went in there a few times trying to stir it. You got some spores in there. Okay, what else did we get? Oh, we got some overspill here. That's very, very soft. A lot of alcohol ink there. Again, look at those. Got some cool effects in there. Almost like cells in there, look. It's pretty cool. It's not as messy as I thought it was going to be. I was talking to Mrs. Cooper last night. I showed her some of the video from outside the box. And we've got the heart as well. And yeah, she's just as eager to see what's happened as well. That's pretty cool. It's very muddied. It's very dark. But it's still very, very cool for, you know, not being able to see. So what I've taken away from this is that, you know, we take things for granted. We really do. There's a guy I've seen recently on a different platform. Absolute incredible wood artist. And I'm pretty sure he was blind from birth. But he navigates around his workshop He knows where his tools are, where his benches are. He creates absolutely stunning work. Let's have a look at the heart. Yeah, so I definitely, you know, take things for granted. Now that is very muddied, but it still worked. Okay, we've got again some overspills. I think I've shown these. Not much, really. Right, I'm going to trim this up and I'll be back in a mo. Now take a look at that. I know you can see the backing plate from the bezel a little bit through there, but I think it actually helps pop the colours a little bit more. Look at the way it's glowing like fire through there. That is absolutely incredible. That is stunning. And because my resin is still quite flexible, that was really easy to cut out. I don't think it's because I didn't mix my resin properly. Look at that strange zigzag. It's like a comb. See that through there? It's got like teeth. How weird. Yeah, I don't think it's because I didn't mix my resin properly. It's because I finished the filming quite late yesterday and it's fairly early today. Let's cut that one out. Yeah, I couldn't get away with that with this piece. It would need backing. But I think, to be honest with you, I know a channel like Evan and Caitlin wouldn't watch a small channel like me on YouTube. But I think this would be a brilliant video for those two to do. Something like this, a blind creation, would be absolutely hysterical from those two. It's just not going to work in there. And then, of course, with something like that, I could place a resin cabochon on there, cut around it and glue them together with some UV resin to create another piece. But I'll save that for another time. Always handy to keep hold of stuff like these. Right, guys. I'm stunned. I really am stunned that we got some really, really decent results, actually. And I didn't make as much mess as I thought. So the first thing I thought about when I woke up was I must have my coffees and get to the studio ASAP and check on these pieces. And I absolutely love them. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.